going on, guys? It's Lmboo. We're back with another video. And today, I'm going to talk about Mr. Shakedown. How do you attain him? You feel me? How do you attain him? As well as, you know, showing you a build. I haven't tested this yet. Haven't tested this build out yet, but I'm gonna see if it's good. And if it's really, really good, then this is gonna be the Shakedown build, okay? So yeah, let's go on and get started. Mr. Shakedown, how do you attain him exactly? Well, you see that guy right there? Basically every time you defeat him, you have a chance of attaining his style. If you're not so lucky, if you beat him 50 times, you're guaranteed to attain his style. All right. Now, if you were to ask me, well, did you get lucky? Maybe. I think it took me about 30 to like 40 times of me beating him to get him. So I may have gotten him through pity, or maybe not. I don't know. But it took me a decent amount of tries to beat him. So yeah, it took me a decent amount of times of defeating him to actually get his style. So I probably did get it through pity. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was hopping server to server, just instantly killing them with my combo bay build. You know what I'm saying? Which, if you don't know what that is, if you check like my previous videos, you'll basically know. You'll know what that build is. That's the main build I use when it comes to doing, you know, boss rush and other stuff. But we may have a brand new contender. I don't know. I'm gonna test this build out that I've made right here, and we're gonna see what it's, you know, crack-a-lacking on, right? But I just want to show you when I did in fact attain Mr. Shutdown. So as you see, I'm fighting him, and boom, I got it. Boom, bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? Now, I had to clip this pretty fast because, you know, I had almost forgot to clip it using, you know, the software I use normally to clip it. So when I did clip it, it clipped like the last moments. But as you see right there, all you got to do is beat them up. And then if you do get it, it will say Mr. Shakedown attained. You will attain a style as well as a title called The Shaker. All right. So with that being said, we are going to hop into BR. And I'm gonna show you the build that I have that I feel like it's gonna be probably better than what we were using previously, right? I'm gonna show you as we load into BR. As you see, we are using Spinal Cord, right? Spinal Cord is very, very good. It basically increases your damage by like double. And that's like if the person have all their stats and strength. Our implant is Spin Jutsu. Now that's going to allow us to move faster, and not only that, the ability for Spin Jutsu is very good for damage. And our sub implant is Spring Loaded Fist. Now, obviously we want to have that because that's going to amp our damage up even more. So we got Spec. We're going to charge this bad boy up, and I just want to see how much damage are we looking at here. Oh wow. Okay. Damage ain't too bad. Not too bad. Okay. I feel like it could be better though. I don't know if my bacon friend had all their stats in the strength. I don't think they did, but yeah. M1 damage. Wait a minute. 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's crazy. So by using Spinal Cord, you basically delete the 3-in-1 combo and it gets reverted back to the 5-in-1 combo. That's pretty wild. Okay, let's try some moves on him. Oh, we can't use that on him. Wow. Okay, that did not work. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out something else, but you'll do it within this video. Our damage ain't looking like what it's supposed to be looking like. So we gotta figure out what's going on. We gotta figure out what's going on, man. What could it be? Because if you didn't know, one of the passives you have, and one of the things you can do with Shakedown, right, is once your character hits 50%, you get into this mode where you basically do 4 times damage, and the mode literally lasts forever, right? It literally lasts forever, which is so crazy. So you basically have a 4 times damage mode that lasts forever. So I was thinking, if you use Spinal Cord with that, wouldn't it make it like 8 times damage? That's what I was thinking. And he has some very good moves, I can't lie. Like, they're decent, but is this 8 times damage? Heck nah. This is not 8 times damage. So we're about to figure out what's going on. Okay. Now, in terms of me using Spinal Cord, I used Spinal Cord after I got into this 4 times damage mode. So I don't know. Maybe it may have just bugged the damage out or something. It's either that or the you know, my bacon friend, right? What I'm thinking is that my bacon friend probably doesn't have all their stats in the strength, which is why we didn't get no like boost, like crazy boost in damage. But I'm gonna check and see right quick, because I'm honestly thinking this build right here, if everything goes to plan onto what I'm trying to do, it could possibly be better than the build that I use like on the regular. Okay, so yeah, my bacon friend has all their stats in the strength. The thing is, the Spinal Cord makes your M1s go back to normal. Like you go from doing like a 3-hit, right? See that? A 3-hit. You go from doing a 3-hit to a 5-hit combo. And our damage is looking good. So I'm going to just do this. Boom. Right? So technically, right now, we have double damage. Okay. 3. So as you see, we have double damage right now. So we're going to compare the damage. All right. So that's how much damage we do. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get beat up. And we're going to basically pop our mode. Because it pops on its own. Or maybe I don't want it to pop, because it seems like we're doing more damage, right? It seems like we're doing more damage without us being in our mode than when we was in our mode. But I just want to see, maybe there's a certain way you want to proc the, like, look at that. So now, okay, so now my bacon friend is about to fully heal up, and we're about to see how much damage we do now, because I'm thinking we do less damage when we... Okay, so the damage, I feel like the damage slightly increased. The damage slightly increased, but it's not a crazy like boost. Ha! Oh my god. That's such a wild move. Okay. So I'm probably just gonna keep my, you know, bacon friend in here for a bit, and then after a while I'll probably just let them leave. I just want to go back into BR again and see what our damage is, because I'm thinking, bro, I'm thinking you don't want to go into mode, because it seems like we were doing a lot more damage without us being in mode versus when we were in mode with Spinal Cord. So the thing is, it's like mode increases your damage by 4 times. I don't even believe that. Maybe they nerfed it, I don't know. 4 times? But I mean, dude, That was like when it first came out. I mean, I nerfed it. I don't know. But we're about to see how much damage we do now. Is it gonna be like a crazy boost in damage? Or let's see. Yeah, we're doing the same damage. Okay. Yeah, we're doing the same damage. So I'm thinking you don't want to pop your mode with spinal cord. That's what I'm thinking, because when you pop it with spinal cord, the damage is just not crazy. Like, it basically caps the damage off very, very badly. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that move on him. Oh man. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna exit. We're gonna reset again, and we're gonna compare the damage we do. All right, we're gonna compare the damage we do, man, because I'm quite curious. I'm quite curious, bro. Quite curious. Okay. But the thing is, when it comes to making builds, it takes a fat minute to make a good build, you know what I mean? So y'all kind of get to go through, you know, y'all get to see the process of me like making builds and stuff, because it's not, I mean, it's easy, but it's tough to figure out what is the best combination you can have or that you can make with the stuff that you have, right? It's not like I got everything in the game, because I mean, stuff that I'd probably use for this build, if I did have it, I feel like Black Flash would be literally just enough, because then you would have a chance of proccing basically 8 times damage. Or would that be higher? That would be like 12 times damage, right? Because Black Flash, every time that procs, it's 3 times what you would have originally done, right? So if you're in mode, that's 4 times. You get a Black Flash, that's like 12 times. If it's 3 times your 4-time damage when you're basically in mode. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm pretty sure when you're in restriction, you cannot proc your mode. Like, your mode does not proc, even though it's not even though it's not something that you proc on your own, it still won't proc, which is kind of sad. I wish it was like that, because if it was, I mean, bro, bro, I would literally be I would be one-shotting. Technically, if that was the case, I should basically be able to just one-shot within a M1, like a full M1 combo. I should be able to just one-shot. So, like, yeah. I know it's taking a minute for my bacon friend to join in, which, I mean, it'd be alright. It'd be alright. So here's what we're gonna try now. We are going to just take the spinal cord, right? And we're not gonna proc mode, and we're gonna see if we do more damage by doing that. I mean, the damage is good. Damage is good. And then it's like a 5 in 1 combo too. And you know his M1s do more damage. So the fact that we're able to do a 5 M1 combo with the spinal cord is pretty funny. Now, obviously, you could consider that to be like a bug, you know, right? But there's so many relics and, you know, there's so many relics and implants in this game to the point where if you were to try to make a style that's purely made for all of them, it's gonna be tough. Something's, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be one relic that's just not gonna work with the style. That's basically what I'm saying, because it's just so much stuff that's in this game. So much. Okay, so we're gonna... Okay. The damage is the same. That's crazy. Oh! Oh my gosh. But you can't tell me that. That is such a... Man, that's such a wild move right there. I can't lie. I don't think it's a 4 times buff anymore, guys. I think it's more like a 2 times buff, if you were to ask me. Man. Oh, I actually have one more trick up my sleeve. I don't think it's gonna work though, but if it does, it would amplify our damage by a lot more. And we're talking about with heavenly restriction. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if it works. Oh yeah, I forgot I can actually dash. Alright, let's see. Damage now. The damage is still the same. So you try to stack the mode on top of this bad boy, and it just does not work like that, you know? Oh my gosh! I just got said flying. Okay. Yeah. So spinal cord with this just doesn't work. All right. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work the way I want it to. So let's try this instead. So we're gonna try this with Gauntlet. Okay. The thing is, Gauntlet, yes, you can't use the abilities, but you can still gather the stones with the kills, which means you can basically still get the you know, additional stat boost or whatever, right? Bionic arm. So here's how we're gonna do our build now. We'll basically do it as if, you know, add a little bit of durability. Okay. Ha! Crazy. Okay. So first things first, we need to get some kills. Until we get some stones. I don't know, bro. I think I'm not gonna be able to make a crazy build with this. I was low-key thinking I'd be able to, but maybe not. As you heard right there, we just got a stone. so you can get stones, which also just like the every stone you collect, it gives you like a 2% in all your stats, which is pretty funny. So yeah. Oh my gosh, look at that damage, dude. You know what'd be crazy though? If the purple stone actually buffs our M1 damage by a lot. And then not only that, if we can still proc our mode and it actually buffs us with heaven restriction, bro, I feel like the damage would be really, really crazy. What? We can still pop mode? No way. Ooh. I don't know. That looked like we got a damage boost. Did he die in one hit? Bro, he died in one hit. What? Yo, hold on. I think we may be onto some. Hold on. Huh? How does that make any sense? So we one shot with a heavy. That's a one shot. But our M1s can't do that? That's crazy. So it buffed our... Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Dude, that's crazy though. I don't think it buffed our M1 damage though. But it buffed our M2 damage. Dude, our M2s are like, they hurt. Bro, even with my other build, I couldn't one-shot with a heavy. I'm literally one-shotting. I want to see how much damage that does to a boss, bro. Honestly. That is crazy. What? Okay, do we have all the stones? Yeah, we do. Okay, let's low key. Yeah. Hold on, we may be on to something, man. But that's so weird. So our M2 got stronger with the mode, but our M1s don't? I don't get that, gang. I do not get that. It's like our M2s got the mode buff, but our M1s ain't, they don't got it. I understand the M2, yes, it's stronger, but should it be that much stronger to the point? Like, what? I'm one-shotting? Right? I'm one-shotting their whole health bar completely. And then I do M1s. It takes a full combo, and they're not even dead with that. Nah, I want to see how much damage the M2 do. Oh, you missed? Wait, M1? Let's try M1 action instead. Hold on. Okay, but what about the M2 though? What? It's like no damage to these guys. It's not bad, but this is most... Yeah, this ain't better than my other build. I don't know. The M2 is strong, but the M1s ain't. M1s are not strong. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I should test that out too. So, I mean, this build ain't gonna work, bruh. It ain't gonna work. We got to figure it out. Here's what we're gonna try. We're gonna go back to our other build, right? But we're not gonna use spinal cord. We're gonna use infinite gauntlet instead, right? So we're gonna use infinite gauntlet. And I low-key want to see, does the mode buff the gauntlet damage? Because that would be pretty crazy. I mean, 4 times, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you wouldn't be like crazy strong, but you could potentially be like a, you know. Okay. Like I said, this is like I said, bro, this is basically the process that I normally do whenever I'm testing builds and I'm trying to make a build, you know. Even though right now I'm not, as you see right now, I'm not trying to like switch the build up completely. I'm just trying different things like little by little, you know, until I find something that I believe is qualified to be a dangerously good build. But what I've noticed, spinal cord, it just doesn't work, bro. With the thing, and then same thing with heavenly restriction. It's like, yeah, you're in your mode, but it doesn't buff your damage. It probably, the damage scaling is so high to the point where it gets put at a cap, right? Like, I'm pretty sure they have a system like that in this game, where if you do too much damage, or if you gain too much of a damage boost, it just completely deletes it, basically, in a sense. So I think that's what's going on. So if that's the case, if that is the case, right, then what we're gonna have to do is play within the damage boost, right? I'm pretty sure when it comes to that, like, relics, they don't have like a, I'm pretty sure relics, they don't really have that type of system built into them. So that's why I'm willing to try the gauntlet to see if we can somehow boost the gauntlet damage by a crazy amount. Because I mean, if this makes it, I'm not gonna lie, if his mode makes the gauntlet just as good as like back in the day, then this is a solid build. It's my old build from like a long time ago. That build, bro, I was like one-shotting with infinite gauntlet, bro. Like, you know, the first 5 bosses, and if I got like a cursed stone, I mean, bro, I'd be one-shotting all the way up to like wave 15. We're already in our mode. That's so crazy. Now look at that. We wasn't even doing that. Now we're like 2-shotting, right? Now remember when we had the heavenly restriction, the damage got cut off so bad where we had to do a full combo. Bro, that mess has crazy range. What the freak? What? Yo, that's crazy. So you saw how he was just one-shotting? The minute we gained another stone, it just took the damage off. That's crazy. Okay. So, what do I think about this? Oh my gosh, that did a lot of damage to him. Now I want to see how much. I want to see how much damage this gauntlet does. Is it gonna completely shred these dudes or what? Nah, it ain't shredding them like instantly. Nah, something. Okay. Nah. You know what I think it is? We got way too much strength. We got way too much strength in our build. And that's why it's probably capping off so quick. So I should probably just do like 2,000 strength or something. Because if it is what I think it is, then we gotta play basically. We gotta get our damage as close as we can before it just basically gets limited. You know what I mean? We gotta get our damage as close as a threshold as we can. Now let's see how much damage this does right here. Well, we couldn't really hit him with it for real, but nothing crazy though. It's just typical damage. I can't lie. This ain't nothing crazy. How did he not die from that? That should have literally executed him, bro. But it didn't. Bruh. That is so crazy. How do we go from doing so much damage to no damage? It was like one-shotting, and then it, like, I gathered basically what, 3 stones, and then the damage just got nerfed right off the bat. Okay, I know what I gotta do though. We gotta change our stats a bit. We gotta change our stats a bit so that we can still have that crazy damage boost. You know what? I'ma literally lowball it. I'ma lowball it like crazy because you low-key gotta do it like that. I know people be wondering, how do you do so much damage? But a trick to doing that is just playing with the numbers, bro. You understand that this mess is low-key like a number game. You know how you want to make your build and everything. It's just the numbers not hidden like they're supposed to, right? It's like a slot machine. You want it to hit 3 sevens, but all you get is 2 apples and a banana, right? But you got to keep spinning until you can get that jackpot, you know. So I think I equipped all my moves. All right. I mean, can I really make? I keep on questioning. Can I really make this style do crazy damage, bro? Do I believe this style could be crazy enough? And the answer is yes. I do believe that this style could probably be wild like that. I just can't figure out what could make it insane. The only thing I know that would make it really, really insane is literally Black Flash. Okay, we gathered the stone. slightly increases our damage. Oh, you know, another thing I could use with this, rage. Rage would be insane. 4 times damage. I mean, Alright, we got 2 stones right now. Three. Okay. Four. Okay. That's all we really need. And we're gonna let these guys activate our mode. And we're gonna see how much more damage we do. Okay. Pop our mode. I mean, okay. Let's test this out. Because I just want to know. But as you see, this style, it has 3 M1s instead of 5, the typical 5. Now the downside and the good side to that is that your M1s stay stunned for longer, right? But your M1s are slower. The final hit in your M1, the final hit in your M1 combo, it steals yin. Plus it does like slightly more damage and all that too. Yeah, I don't know. Cause I mean, look at this. It ain't doing what it's supposed to do. Gauntlet damage ain't bad though. It'll do something. But still, I'm not getting the damage that I want to get. It's pretty sad. I mean, the skills, they do crazy damage, you know. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, what could it be? You know what? I'm gonna try something else. Excuse me though. Excuse me. I mean, what could it be? What could it be? I'm trying to figure that out. You know? Now we got rage with us, right? So our damage should be just, it'd be high, but our damage would get higher over time. So look at that, like my M1s, but then I hop in mode, it's like, where did my damage go? You know what I'm saying? Like my damage keeps on getting capped off. Which really sucks, bro. But I mean, 4 times is such a huge multiplier, bro. You have no choice. It's gonna get cut off. That is such a high multiplier, bro. It really is. So, I mean, I expect it to just happen. I really do. Let's see if this is gonna be. See if this is gonna be it right here. I highly doubt it though. Damage just ain't hidden. But if you were to ask me, you rock this build, you do Black Flash with Rage and Spin Jutsu. That is gonna probably be a very devastating build. I don't have Black Flash. Wish I did though. I don't have it. Maybe in the future I get it, but yeah. Let's see. It's just the same damage. I mean, it's the same damage. Like I don't know what to say. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, gang. If y'all have a build that is really crazy in terms of damage when it comes to this, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie. Me, in terms of PvP, this style is gonna be crazy. PvE, I don't know. It may not be it. It may not be it for PvE. So that is kind of tough. Like, it's not bad. It does damage. You can use all your moves, right? You can use all your skills. Your skills do decent amount of damage, but for me, this is not it. This is not it. But I guess you could think of this as a showcase. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do anything with this. But if I do manage to make some crazy build, I'll most definitely make a video on it. I'll probably put it in like in a part of random relax record, you know. But yeah. With that being said, hopefully y'all enjoyed me basically showcasing in a sense showcasing Shakedown. If you want to know, I could probably give the rundown on Shakedown. Like I said, it's M1s or 3, right? So instead of like the typical 5 M1 combo, he has a 3 M1 combo. The benefits of it is that his M1 scales slightly higher in terms of damage. They also give more of a stun to him. And the downside is that, like, after doing the final M1, it kind of leaves you there. You know what I'm saying? Kind of leaves you vulnerable for a few seconds. And yeah, the third hit, every time you land the third hit on your opponent, it will steal yin from them. And it will also do like some good knockback to them as well. When you're in your regular mode, it's blue, but when you get in your provoke mode, it's orange. And whenever you pop this, it basically pops whenever you reach 50% HP. But whenever you do pop it, you do 4 times more damage. I feel like they probably, I don't know, doesn't really seem like it's nerfed in a sense. You probably do get 4 times damage. It's just in terms of like EVE, it's probably not going to do you any good. But in terms of PvP, I mean, this is really insane. You basically get somebody with this style at half health, and I mean, you got to be careful because they can just land any of their moves and it's basically gonna one-shot you, kind of like how I'm one-shotting these NPCs right here. I grab one of these guys, he's dead. Swipe, like, bro, like, look at that. All of your moves basically just one-shot at that point. It's so crazy. But yeah, he has 3 moves. He has his spin, which it's a attack as well as a evasive. If you use the evasive version of it, it has a, you know, longer cooldown. But if you just use it just like this, like as a normal attack, it'll have a small cooldown. So you see right there, it's like an 11-second cooldown. Whereas if I were to, you know, get hit and I activate it as I'm getting hit, which I'm going to show you that, I do the move, but the cooldown is like tripled. So it goes from 11 seconds to like 39, right? So yeah. Your second move is a slam. You know, it's a shakedown shaker. Basically, when you're in provoke, oh yeah, that's another thing. When you're in provoke, all of your move startups are way much quicker, right? So it doesn't take as long for you to do the moves. Whereas if you were to be in, you know, your base form or your base mode, you know, the blue aura, the blue aura around your character, some buffering, yeah. So like I said, not only you're getting 4 times damage, all of your move startups are quicker. They probably have like more range, you know what I'm saying? And they just, I mean, you're just pretty much unstoppable, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You're forced to be reckoned with when you're in that mode. And when you get in provoke, this mode lasts forever until you die, basically, which makes it even more crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if this style gets nerfed. It probably will get nerfed. Another thing it does is whenever you equip this style, it does make your character bigger. So that's, if you're wondering why my character's so big, that's why. Okay, and if you want to, you can rock like a title that makes your character even bigger, and then you can rock like American, you know, the American implant, and yeah, your character would probably be really, really humongous. So I'm just gonna give you a good example of that. Let's just see how big our character is gonna be after this. So we have this title right here, which makes you taller. That's a subtitle from back in the day. And then we have that. There's another one. There's a couple of them. There's another one called Space Marine that makes you big, and it gives you like a cape. But yeah, if you rock that and then you rock, yeah, American heritage. If you rock that, so look at that, I'm even bigger. And then with American, the more you eat, the bigger you get. So you can make your character even bigger, bro. So if I were to buy some food right here, I mean, you look like a in-game boss at this point. Eat that, boom, 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 boom. Like, this is crazy. What? Do you see how big I am? This is wild, bro. And if you want to see a side-to-side comparison on this, I'm gonna show you that as well. Let's see, can we get even bigger? Nah, this is like the max size. He's playing that. But dude, this is crazy. So I'm gonna just show you a side-to-side comparison. I'm gonna bring my bacon friend in here again, and I'm just gonna show you a side-to-side comparison of me being like basically the biggest I can be versus your typical size in this game. This is crazy. Like, wow, I'm basically double, almost probably double the height of my bacon friend. And obviously, why not give you a good old hug? You know, good old hug. It's, you know, my friend is obviously fine. You're fine, right? You're fine, right? You're cool. Nah, don't worry. I give you another. I give you another hug. I mean, now Birdie's kind of floating up. Up. Well. That's probably to be expected. I mean, you know, the hug was so good. They didn't know what to do, so they just left the game. Well, anyway, with that being said, hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Tell me what you think about Mr. Shakedown. In my opinion, he's a very fun style. He's really fun. Probably a style I'd use in PvP for sure, because it'd be funny. I mean, just imagine you rock a tank build with this guy. You get, you know, half health. That's 4 times damage. You don't even need to have DPS on this guy. You know, you don't need any strength on him, because the minute your mode pops, like, you're basically gonna be doing crazy damage. So yeah, but hey, as always, y'all have a good day / night, whatever the case may be, and I shall see y'all next time whenever I make another video, which I don't know what's gonna be next. I'm not too sure. Probably update 3, to be honest with y'all. We'll see what update 3 is about, you know what I'm saying, whenever it come through. But until then, I'll have a good one, man.